Our topic is knapsack problem, fraction knapsack. So during our discussion of dynamic programming, already we have solved the problem of 0 1 knapsack problem. The knapsack problem, for a recapitulation, let us give a recap on knapsack problem. Knapsack problem is nothing but to select or select some of the objects among some given objects such that the total profit is maximum. Obviously, there will be a constant which is known as the knapsack capacity, and we will have a capacity of the knapsack which is a limit. And by following the limit of the knapsack, we have to select some of the elements such that our profit is maximum. So let us recall this mathematically. Let we are having n number of objects, okay, n number of objects where Wi is the weight associated with ith object. Okay, ith object, and let Pi indicate the profit earned by selecting ith object. So we are having n number of objects. Wi is the weight associated with ith object, and if we select the ith object, we will earn a profit of Pi, right? And let M is the capacity of the knapsack. Capacity of the knapsack. So that means we have to select some objects from this n objects such that it fulfills the limit of M and the profit earned is maximum. So if we write that if a fraction, right, in 0 1, what happens in 0 1, either you have to select the object as a whole, or we will not be able to select the object. So either you select one, that is full object, or you should not select, that is 0 1 knapsack problem. But in fraction knapsack problem, we are allowed to select a part of any object. Okay, so if a fraction xi, where xi belongs to the range 0 to 1, is placed within the knapsack or into the knapsack, then we earn a profit Pi xi. Okay, so that means if we select a fraction in this fraction knapsack problem, which is not allowed in 0 1, in a fraction knapsack problem, if a fraction xi of the ith object is selected, then we will earn a profit Pi into xi. Okay, so Pi is the profit if we select the whole. If we select a part of this xi, then we will get Pi xi. So if xi is 0, we are not getting any profit. If xi is equal to 1, we are getting the whole profit. So we can formulate the fraction knapsack problem as our target is to maximize sum of Pi xi I from 1 to n, okay, such that Wi weight associated with ith element, and we have selected a fraction of xi, that sum must be less equals to n, because the capacity of the knapsack is m, and this xi belongs to 0 to 1 and I is 1 to n. Okay, so the fraction knapsack problem can be formulated as maximize Pi xi such that sum of Wi xi is less equals to m, and the constants are xi must be between 0 and 1 inclusive, and I is equals to or greater equals to 1 to less equals to n. Okay, so our target is to maximize this or to solve this one. So before going to the algorithm, let us consider one example, right? So let we are having three elements. We are having three elements. The P array, that is profit array, is given as let 25, 24 and 15. Okay, we have considered this as the sorted order of W is equals to 18, 15, 10. So we have sorted the elements as Pi by Wi ratio, or the profit earned from the first element is 25, whose weight is 18. The profit earned by the second element is 24, the weight is 15. Profit for third element is 15, weight is 10 element. Less. Okay. So we can select the elements by three different possibilities. Okay. One is we can select the element where the profit is maximum. Okay. So if we select the maximum profit first, okay. So before that, I think you have the idea of greedy algorithm. Greedy means always we will select the optimum solution first. Okay. In each and every step, optimum solution will be selected. The idea is that if we go for selecting optimum solution in each and every step, then the solution of the whole problem must be optimal. Okay. So the greedy algorithm by name itself suggests that we will be greedy always and we will select the optimum solution in each and every step. So here, let us first trying to find that whether if we go for selecting the maximum profit element first, then what will be the profit. So here the maximum profit is 25. So we are selecting the first element as 1. Now, okay, sorry, the capacity of the knapsack is let 20. So what is our remaining capacity of the knapsack? Remaining, let this is solution, yes, okay. The remaining capacity of the knapsack is 20 minus 18, that is 2. So we can select the second element, at most 2 by 15, because 15 is the total weight of the second element, and we are having the maximum remaining capacity of the knapsack is 2. So therefore, and the third element is 0. Okay. So from here, if we go Pi xi, then what we will get? 25 plus 2 by 15 into 24 plus 0. So here I think this is 3, 5, 3, 8, 8 to 16. So here 1.6. Okay. So 5, 6, 3, 8. 3.2, that is 28.2. We can go for minimum weighted element first. That is also another, so that we can select lot of elements together. Okay. So then our solution will be, if we go for selecting the minimum weighted first, so 1, then the second, and the capacity of the knapsack, remaining capacity is 10. Therefore, we can select this as 10 by 15, and this is 0. So what will be the profit then? Profit xi is equal to plus 10, 15 means 2 by into 24 plus 15. So that is equals to 3, 8, 16 plus 31. You see, we have got more profit than the previous one. Okay. Now there is another way, and which is maximum Pi by Wi ratio first. If we go for that, then here we will get the maximum profit weight ratio. Let us find the Pi Wi. This array Pi Wi is equals to 25 by 18. That will be, let 25 by 18, then 24 by 15, then 15 by 10. So this is equals to how much? 25 by 18 is equals to 1 point. Let us check. Okay. 25 by 18 is equals to, just a minute, 25 by 18 is equals to 1.4. Then 24 by 15 is equals to 1.6, and this is 1.5. So if we go on sorted order, the second element will come first, then the third element, then this. So if we go the maximum PI/WI ratio first, then our solution will be equals to 1. The second element will be selected first, 1, and the remaining capacity is equals to 5 because the weight is 15, 5. So we will be able to select the third element of 5 by 10, that is half, and the first element is 0. Okay. Now check what will be the PIXI. Then PIXI will be equals to 0 plus 24 plus half into 15, that is 7.5. So this is equals to 31.5. See, we have got more profit than the other two. So here from the example we can say that if we go for maximum profit weight ratio first, then we will get the optimized or the maximum profit. Okay. So let us first design the algorithm. After that, we will go for the proof that always this solution will give us the optimum solution. Okay. So let us first go for the algorithm. Then after that, we will go for the proof of the correctness of the algorithm. So here, let us write the algorithm greedy knapsack. Our input are M and N. Okay. And before that, we will sort our element. We will sort our element such that Pi by Wi is greater equal to Pi plus 1 by Wi plus 1. So that means in descending order. Okay. So our elements will be sorted as this in descending order. Descending order of Pi by Wi ratio. So greedy knapsack, we are supplying M, the capacity of the knapsack, and N, the number of objects. So here we can write for I equals to 1 to N, we are initializing the output array Xi is equals to 0.0. Okay. Then for I equals to 1 to N, if the weight of the ith element is greater than U, then stop or break, not the stop, break. Okay, break from the loop. Otherwise, Xi is equals to 1.0. If the weight is less than W, therefore we can select the whole element 1.0, and the capacity of the remaining knapsack is U minus W. So we are considering U as the capacity of the knapsack. And okay, if still we are having some of the elements left, then what we can do? We can select the last element as this ratio, whatever we have did by 5 by 10, and so like this one. We have selected half of the elements. So 5 was remaining, 5 by 10, that was half. Okay. Similarly here 10 by 15, 2 by 15, like this. So here we will select the fraction of the ith element after selecting this. If the weight is less than this, Pi by Wi ratio, by following this, we can select the whole element. If not, outside the loop, we will select the next element as the ratio of remaining capacity U and the weight of the ith element. Okay. Now the question is, yes, if you just execute your example in this algorithm, you will find the solution. That is not the problem. Okay. But the question is that whether this algorithm will always give us the correct solution, correct means optimum solution or not. Okay. So let's a theorem. The thing is that if we prove a theorem, that means we can say that always it will give us the optimum solution. Okay, let us go for proving a theorem. So the theorem statement of the theorem is, if Pi by Wi is greater equals to Pi plus 1 by Wi plus 1, the greedy knapsack generates an optimal solution to the given instance of the knapsack problem. Okay, so now listen it very carefully, that the proof. Think about, we are having an array where we have uh, stored the element as P1 W1, P2 W2, P3 W3, and so on, Pn by Wn. And the condition is that P1 W1 is greater than P2 W2, that is greater than P3 W3, and so on. Right? Now, if we select all the elements, let X is consisting of all 1, then what is the meaning of this? We have selected all the elements because the capacity was allowed us to select all the elements, and since we have selected all the elements, therefore this is the optimal solution. There is no doubt. If we have selected all the elements, then that is the optimal solution. But if any one of this is not equals to 1, right, let among this there is an element which is not equals to 1. So let J be the least index. Let J be the least index where Xj is not equals to 1. Okay. Then what will happen? Xi will be equals to like this. X will be equals to 1, 1, 1, dot, dot, some value which is less than 1, and after that all are 0. We have already seen. Okay. Now there may be two options. That is, X is optimal. It is giving us the maximum profit, or it may not be optimal. Okay. So then there must be some another solution. If X is optimal, then fine, we have found the solution. If X is not optimal, then there must be a solution Y where sum of the Xi is equals to Yi and sum of the Xi will not be equals to Yi. So let K be the least index where Xk is not equals to Yk. So think about that. We are having J is the least index where Xj is less than 1. It cannot be greater than 1. So it is less than 1. Now we are considering that Y be the optimal solution. X is not an optimal solution. So we will prove it by contradiction. X is not an optimal solution. So there must be a solution which is optimal. Let this is Y. And sum of the elements of X must be equals to Y. May not be. So let K be the least index where Xk is not equals to Yk. That may be the first one, second one, third one, anything. Okay. Now what will be the nature of this K? So there are three possibilities. One, this K may be less than J. That is, K is here where 1, 1, and this value something different than Xk. Okay. K may be less than J. 2, k may be equals to j. So that means where xk is not equals to 1, yk differs here, okay, may be equals to this, or number 3, k may be greater than j. So up to this, all values are equal, but here yk differs. Then what will be the situation? So if x equals to j, if x equals to j, or let us forget, let x is less than j, sorry, k is less than j. So that means k is less than j means it differs here, okay, it differs here. Now if it differs here, can it be greater than 1? Never. So if yk differs before j, then yk must be less than xk, because it cannot exceed the value of 1, and the value of xk is 1, therefore yk must be less than xk. If k equals to j, that means here it differs, xk and yk differs, and what is this? This value is less than 1. Now if this yk is greater than xk, then what will happen? We are exceeding the capacity of the knapsack. Think about. Here, after selecting all the weights, here we were bound to select a less value than 1. Now, if yk is not equals to xk, so then yk cannot be greater than xk, because it will exceed the capacity of the knapsack. So therefore, there is only one option, that yk must be less than xk. So here yk is less than xk, here also yk is less than xk. Now if k is greater than j, k is greater than j means here it differs, okay, in this part. So up to this all values are equal, okay, this is also x. Now is it possible that we will select greater than 0? So up to this we have selected all the values, and therefore the capacity of the knapsack fulfilled. Now how is it possible to select some other values which is greater than 0? Not possible. Therefore this condition is not feasible. So we may have two possibilities. One is k is less than j, and a k is equals to j. And in both the cases, y must be less than xk. Okay. So this is the first conclusion we have drawn, that in any case yk must be less than xk. Okay. Here I am erasing all this. Use. Okay. So this is done. Now think about one scenario, that x is like this. I am writing x1, x2, dot dot xk, then xk plus 1, xk plus 2, dot dot xj, sorry, let us k dot dot xn. And y is another solution, y1, y2. Here it differs, then y k plus 1, y k plus 2, and yn. So we have seen that this yk is less than xk. Okay. So some of the values are here 1, and here it differs, and we don't know about the nature of this. Okay. So let us say that we are increasing, x1 is equals to y1, x2 is equals to y2, yk is less than xk. Okay, yk is less than, so xk is greater than yk. So what we are doing? We are increasing this yk up to xk. Now if we increase this yk up to xk, what we have to do? We have to maintain the capacity of the knapsack, therefore we have to decrease these values. Okay, all the values. Think about that. So if we are applying a method where yk will be increased to xk, and we will decrease the value of yk plus 1 to yn, such that the total capacity of the knapsack remains same, and let the new solution is z. So we are saying that Z1, Z2 up to Zk and Zk plus 1, Zk plus 2 dot dot Zn is the new solution. Where x1 equals to z1, x2 equals to z2, xk equals to zk, and zk plus 1 is less than yk plus 1, zk plus 2 is less than yk plus 2, and so on. Now, what the profit change from y to z? Okay, y was the optimum solution we have considered. Now we have changed the y to z. Now we have to find that what is the difference between y and z. So let us find the profit earned by zi. Think about y1 equals to z1, y2 equals to z2, and so on, except yk and zk. We have increased the yk to xk, and that is zk. So that means zk is equals to xk, but these two are not equal. Okay. So we have considered the sum of all the yi, pi, yi, plus we have earned a profit zk minus yk. This much of value we have increased, and multiply with wk, then multiply with the profit weight ratio. That much we have earned, and we have decreased some of the values, that is zk plus 1 is less than yk plus 1, zk plus 2 is less than yk plus 2, and so on. Therefore, we have to subtract these values where yi is greater than zi, and this I varies from this. Okay, sorry, this is k plus 1. Okay, then wi pi by wi. So this will be the profit earned by z. So all the values are same except this. Now we can write this is greater equals to sum of pi yi. Here I is equals to 1 to n. I is equals to 1 to n. All the values we have selected. Plus zk minus yk into wk minus sum of yi, zi, wi, and we are multiplying all these values with pk by wk. Now why? See, if we increase this value pi by wi, where I varies from k plus 1 to n, so pk plus 1 plus wk plus 1 is less than pk wk. So if we increase the negative term, obviously this term will be, this one will be less than the previous one. Therefore, we can write this value is greater than pi wi, and this as pk by wk is greater than pk plus 1 by wk plus 1, pk plus 2, wk plus 2, and so on. Okay. Now, what is this? We have increased z, that is we have increased yk to xk, right? We have increased this much of value, and we have decreased the same value such that the capacity of the knapsack remains same. So the difference between these two is equals to 0. Just think about that. We have increased the weight of wk to zk, and we have decreased the value of yk plus 1 to yn to zn such that the capacity of the knapsack remains same. So the increased value and the decreased value must be equal. Therefore, the difference between these two is equals to 0. Therefore, we can write this is greater equals to pi wi. Now, what does it mean? There is a solution z whose profit is greater than y. Therefore, either y is not optimal, y is not optimal, Okay. Yi is not optimal. Z is the optimal solution. Now what is Z? Think. Z is Z1 equals to x1, Z2 equals to x2, Zk equals to xk, and Zk1 may not be equals to xk plus 1. Zk plus 2 may not be equals to this, but it may be equals to. So if Z equals to x, then x is also optimal solution. Optimal, and we have done. Okay, proved. If not, then what we can do? We can find another Z which is not equals to x. Then what we can do? Again we can increase the value of zk to xk and decrease as many values just by repeating the same thing. And if we go for some finite number of iterations, what we will get? We will get the new solution z dash is equals to x. If not, the new solution z double dash is equals to x. If not, z triple dash is equals to x, and so on. So after a finite number of times, we will be able to say that the result that we are getting by following the same process is equals to x, and hence x is also optimal solution. Okay. So therefore, we have proved that the algorithm that we have proposed always will generate the correct solution, and correct in the terms of optimality. It will generate the maximum profit. Clear? So you have to read the book written by Coleman and others. Okay? Right. If you have any doubt, you can ask me questions through any mode.